Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just going to share a little freebie that I'm giving away over on Junk Journal Fix with Sunflowers and Doors. I'll put a link in the description box to their Facebook page so you can pop over and check it out. So this is this goes well with my new digital kit, which is called Delightful Daisies. There are two versions of the kit. This is the standard version and then I've got a grungy version as well. But all of the details for that are on my Ko-fi and my Etsy pages. I'll put links to those in the description box as well, so you can check out the full kits. But anyway, let's get on with today's little freebie. We've got 4 pages. We've got a journal page, which has got a floral border. I've tried to bring in a few other colours other than just the white and greens into this kit. So that's one page. This is a background page. So we've got some text in the background, we've got some lace, we've got some old documents, all bits and pieces there. I've got one sheet of journaling cards, so 2 sizes of journaling cards with the same image on them. These are some of the images from the rest of the pages in the kit, and also I've got 7 pages of fussy cuts, which are these sorts of images as well. And then we've got this page of an assortment of different embellishments. We've got some tabs, we've got some labels, a couple of tags, a couple of circles. Oh, there's another tag there, a little file folder and a pocket. So that's what's in the freebie. And now I'm going to go away and cut all of these pieces out, and then we'll come back and make something. Okay, so I've cut all the bits out, and now I'm going to create an embellishment for my journal, because I'm going to make a journal using this collection. I thought I'd start with an envelope. Now I'm going to cover the envelope first. So I'll use this paper to cover it. And I'm going to cover the flap as well. So let's glue this all down. Try and make sure I get right close up to the edges. And attach that to that. Try and get that in the corner there and level along the bottom. Looks like the envelope's not quite square. Either the envelope's not quite square or the paper's not quite square. That paper is hasn't been cut by me, so it comes straight from the shop. I do print my pages borderless, so I don't have to trim the white edges off. Okay. Let's burnish that down. Make sure we've got a nice stick. There we go. Now we can trim that off. Right, so you can see we've got a bit of white there, but hopefully when I ink around it we won't notice that so much. And it looks like it's not okay. Now that's going to be the front, but I need to cover the back as well, so I'm going to use this sheet for that. And I don't need to cover that because that's we won't see that, that'll be around the back. It's got sticky there, and I'm going to try and get that off. I'll do that later. So, okay, so now I'm going to cover this. I'm going to take it right up to the edge and I'm going to seal that edge. So the envelope is open here, but I'm going to stick my paper right down to that fold, not going over the fold. Let's fold that. Here's my bone folder. Okay, so I want to take this right up to the edge and I want to glue that bit shut. If you don't have an envelope, you could just make an envelope and with using your pattern paper, and then you don't have to go to all this trouble to cover it. Okay. Oh, I didn't check this. Oh, that was lucky. I actually have them both up the same way, so that was a stroke of luck. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to fold this in half. So let's fold that over to meet that edge. You could use your scoreboard for this if you wanted to. There's quite a few layers, and that envelope was quite sturdy to start with, so I have got quite a bit of thickness here. I'm going to burnish it. Keep that lined up, burnish that down. Okay, so let's get a page. Okay, so this is our journaling page, and that would should have left a bit more room there. I'm going to have to try and do that because otherwise it's going to bind up. So I'm going to move this so that it leaves me a bit of space, and I'm going to leave about 1/4 of an inch. And now it's going to be a bit tricky trying to get that to fold on a new line. Just as well I tried that, wasn't it? Okay, so there we go. We've got a 1/4 of an inch here. I'm going to burnish that. Okay, so now that will sit on our page like that. So let's fold that over. That will sit on our page like so. Stick down on the back. That will open out, and then that will open out. Okay, so I can see that I need to ink along this little fold. I should have actually inked along the edge of the paper before I attached it too. Okay, so now I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew all around the edge. Okay, so I've stitched all around, and I don't like this, so I'm not happy with it, so I'm going to use a brush and try and get down into that groove a little closer, which is working. And then I'm going to cover this piece because it's sticky, and I want to use it as like a little tuck spot on the other side. And you can see I've got some glue there that is not taking the ink. So not happy with the way that looks, so I'm going to attach some of this paper to it, like so. Which will make things look a little better. So let's attach, put some glue down here. I have to remember to stay far enough away from the fold so that it doesn't impinge on that. It doesn't really matter if this is the right way up or not because it's inside the flap. And make sure that that's folding properly. Okay. Let's cut that out. There we go. That's much better. Much neater. I know you're not going to see it, but it just was annoying me. I'm going to ink it, even though it's on the inside, but it'll be a tuck spot. Okay, so there we go. So we've got our tuck spot now that can fold over onto our page like so. Then that will open out like that and that. Now, let's have a look what we can decorate this with. So we've got a journaling card. Just wondering, I've backed these journaling cards. Perhaps we could put some pockets on the inside here. That's what we'll do. So we have got this pocket, but it's too small. So let's use some paper. This is the paper that we use to line the inside. That's the same paper here, so I don't really want to use that. I want to use something else. So let me get some pattern paper. Okay, I've got this page. It's one of the pages from the kit, and I'm going to use this. Now, how tall do I want my pockets? About 2.5 inches. So let's cut this 2.5 inches. This pocket is, I'm going to make it 4 1/4, and this one is make them 4 3/8. I want 4 1/4. Let's trim this off. So I want 4 1/4. And 4 3/8. I'm not making these gusseted. So which way is up here? That way and that way. So let's put a little thumb notch in them. Just using my circle punch for that. And we'll ink around them. If you weren't stitching around your envelope, you could turn your envelope into some pockets. So if I hadn't stitched around here, I would open this here, this end of the envelope here, and I'd open this one here. Then I'd have a pocket there and a pocket there to put my journaling cards in. But because I stitched around it, I'm not able to do that. The other thing, of course, if you do like to have your stitching on, you can stitch around your pattern paper before you attach it to your envelope, which is probably a more sensible way of doing it. You can still have the pockets and put pockets on the inside as well. There's no reason not to. Right, this is the slightly smaller one, so we're going to put this one down first. And I'm just gluing as close as I can to the edges. And I'm going to stick that down there. Now I've got just a little bit of room on each edge. I've left the same amount at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that or not. You could have stitched around your pockets as well if you wanted to, if you're doing the stitching. Now I'm going to do this page, this pocket. And I'm going to attach that about the same position. There we go. Okay. Now we can pop our journaling cards in there. Very good. Now we can decorate these a little as well. What have we got here to decorate with? Let's get some lace. There we go, I've got some lace there. And, okay, so let's, some pretty lace on there. And then we've got a tiny little label like that. We could put a circle under there and a label. We've got a couple of labels here. Do that label. Do we want to do it like that, or do we want to have the lace between those two? I think I'll do the lace on the background. We can always put another layer in, can't we? Okay, some scissors. Let's cut that about there. Okay. Right, now as I said, I've already inked around these, so does that fit into that? Yes, it does. So I could put that little pocket on there. Under that. Circle under that. And the label on top of it like that. I think that's what I'll do. So stick the circle down. Then the pocket. So this pocket, all of this stuff is in the freebie. You might need to print the pages twice to do this, but I'll just stick with using embellishments that are in the kit, or in the freebie. So let's stick that down there. And then we can pop our label up there maybe. We want to put something else behind it. We got that label, or we got this label. I think the bigger label, like that. So let's attach that. Fairly straight. Yep. And we can pop that little journaling card in there. Okay, now in our pockets we've got our journaling cards. And we've got a couple of tags as well, so we could add those, although I'd probably put an eyelet and that on those before I attach them. So let's decorate our pockets a little. What can we decorate these with? We've got a full circle. Actually, I'm going to cut this circle in half. And I'm going to pop that on there, and then I'll pop that circle under there. Like so. With a bit of lace. You could use lace, or you could use, you know, what do you call it? Muslin, cheesecloth, whatever, under there. Bit of lace like that. Okay. Right, well, let's stick that down. I'm going to put that on there. Why not? We've got it, we may as well use it, eh? Okay. Now for this side, we can use make that little pocket and pop that in it. Okay, let's do that. So we'll close this up. Okay. Let's put that on there. You could like make it a double pocket. I'm not going to. I'm going to stick this down flat to my pocket. And we can pop our little journaling card in there. And what do we want to do on here? Well, we haven't got much left, have we? We've got a half circle, which would be okay, and a label, which we could pop there. We've got another tab that we could put on the top of this. Pops in there. Put ink along the bottom of this. We want a bit of lace. Put a little bit of lace behind it. Do we want a bit of lace behind it or not? Yes. And pop our half circle and our label. There we go. We could also put our tags in here. I will put my tags in there. I can put a eyelet in those. Well, why don't I do it now? So what colour eyelet should we use? Might go for white, I think. White. Doesn't look like the white ones have rings, so okay, so now I just need something to pop into those eyelets. I've got some green and white baker's twine here, so let's see what that looks like. See if we like it. It might be a bit too bright. That's all right. Let's trim them off. We don't need them that long. Okay, so there we go. That's what we've made with our freebie today. I have used an envelope extra. I've used basically all of the embellishments on there. If I had some more, I could embellish this tag a little more. And yeah, so I used one extra page, I think. What was that for? Can't remember what I used it for. Oh yeah, to do these pockets here. Alright, I have also backed all of these with some other paper that I had in my stash, so if you're going to do that, you'd want probably print another one of those background pages to back your tags and things. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Once again, I'll just show you that. hooks around your page. That folds over like that. Oh, we could embellish that as well. Well, we would embellish that as well, but I won't be doing that today. Yeah, so that would have an embellishment on it of some sort. On the other side of the page, you'd stick that there, and then you've got a tuck spot there. Then when you open this out, you've got a little pocket there with a little tag in it. Then you open it out, and you've got 2 pockets here, or 3 pockets here. You've got a little tag in there, tag there, 2 journaling cards, so heaps of extra writing space in this little embellishment. You could also write on there too if you wanted to. Alright, okay, well, pop on over, pick up your freebie and have a play. Very easy. This is also, you could also use this as like Happy Mail or something like that. You know, you could fill these pockets with lots of stuff. Especially this gusseted pocket. I find that gusseted pockets do tend to hold a lot more, and yeah, they need, so I will actually put something else in there, I think, just to give it a bit more bulk, stop that falling around. Alright, okay, well, thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Get your freebie, I'll put a link in the description box. So yeah, have fun, and I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.